Hello everyone. Today we are going to do a painting. It's been a long time that I haven't done any painting. So today I decided to go back and start painting again. So I have printed this beautiful vase, which is basically, this was, because I'm Persian from Iran, so, and it's near to actually Persian New Year. So, and Persian New Year culture is, you know, people will have some decoration and on their tables as a tradition, and they use some traditional dishes from Iranian old ages. So today I decided to paint this beautiful vase, and so I printed that because I just want to trace it using this shape. You know, drawing is not easy because I just want to make it symmetrical. So I chopped this and I can trace it now. All right, maybe I just put it not in the middle. My focal point would be on 1/3 of my paper. So if I divide my paper into 3 parts, so this line here would be my focal point. So I use this to trace the vase, just the outline of it. I'm just lazy to draw today. Because of that, I'm just using this printed shape, which is easier. All right, so now I have my outline. And then I will draw these flowers later. So the palette I'm using tonight is this palette. This palette is from Monjo Watercolor, which is, I think it's a Korean brand. Oh, sorry, this is Mijan Gold Watercolor from Korea. And I'm using this palette today. So this is actually my flower palette. I have a few palettes. For example, I have one Cityscape palette. I have another one for Seascape palette. So different palette, different colors and different applications. Today I'm using this one. Just spraying some water on my palette to make the paint fresh. They will activate. And actually this is the palette I'm using tonight. This one, Shell Pink and Brilliant Pink from Holbein. And these yellow colors are from Mijan. Actually, they are a mix of colors. Some of them are from Holbein, some of them are from Mijan, and I have a few Daniel Smith as well. This one is Eshminki, Daniel Smith. So different colors, yeah. Okay, let's get back to our painting. So So what I do first thing first, I'm wetting my paper. Okay, I think I should move this a little bit up, and then if you go back to my video later when I upload it, you can zoom in. Now with a large brush, I just try to okay. Just wetting the paper. And actually this paper is Baohong paper. So I used it before. I painted a painting on behind it, but I don't like the painting, so I'm going to use it again. Yes, I'm painting a flower as you requested. And the flower today I'm painting is hydrangea flower, a blue hydrangea. I'm wetting the back of the paper as well, because this is the way I fix the paper on the board. So I don't use masking tape. I just wet it and it's now fixed on the board. Now getting rid of the water on my board, because this water can run into my paper and ruin my painting. So I'm just all right. I think it's all good now. I put my palette here that you can see the palette as well. Maybe putting it here. That we can see the palette. Cleaning my palette as well. All right. The brush I'm using today is this brush, half an inch from Neef. And this is actually very good brush because we can paint everything. Maybe it's the only brush I can use today, because I can use the edges for the very thin line, and for surfaces I can use this edge. If I use it vertically, I can have very thin line. So maybe I use liner brush later, but I think this is enough for my painting today. Okay, so starting from blue color, As I said, I'm going to do hydrangea flower, which is turquoise blue and cobalt blue. I will have one flower here, and when we start a painting, we should decide where the light is. So for my painting, I'm deciding the light is coming from this side. So everything I have here is lighter than, on the right side, is lighter than the left side. So on the left side, I will have the shadow. A flower here. I'm just indicating their locations for now. And maybe one flower here. And I think 3 should be enough. Maybe a small one here too. Okay, so this is the location of my flower, and as you see, it is wet in wet technique because my paper is wet, my brush is wet, loaded with water, so everything is spreading and I have very soft edges. All right, so I like to start my painting always wet in wet because it gives me a very beautiful softness and texture. All right, now that I know the location of my flower, so I start to adding more color, and this time my color would be thicker with less water. So using cobalt blue and turquoise blue, I will have a thicker mixture with less water. Now, okay, so this is the shadow of my flower. So now I try to add some petals.